2008, Elon Musk had just $40 million left. That might sound like a lot, but for him, it was almost nothing. Tesla was burning cash at an alarming rate. SpaceX had failed 3 launches in a row, and the global financial crisis was collapsing companies everywhere. If one more thing went wrong, Elon Musk would lose everything he had built. This is not the story you usually hear. This is not the story of success. This is the story of the moment when quitting made sense. And he didn't. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa. As a child, he was quiet and deeply introverted. He spent hours reading books and thinking about the future. At school, he didn't fit in. He was bullied constantly, physically and mentally. At one point, the bullying became so severe that he was hospitalized. But instead of breaking him, those moments pushed him inward. While other kids escaped into sports or social circles, Elon escaped into ideas, science fiction, technology, the question of how humanity could survive and evolve. At just 12 years old, he taught himself how to code. He created a simple video game and sold it for $500, and it wasn't the money that mattered. It was the realization he could create something from nothing. From a young age, Elon knew one thing clearly. If he wanted to build something meaningful, he had to leave. At 17, he left South Africa alone. No safety net, no guarantees. Just the belief that the future was bigger than where he came from. He moved across continents, chasing opportunity, fully aware that failure was likely. After arriving in the United States, Elon enrolled in a PhD program at Stanford University. 2 days later, he dropped out. The internet boom was beginning, and he felt that academia moved too slowly. He built his first company, Zip2, working endless hours in small offices and sleeping on couches. That company eventually sold for over $300 million. Soon after, he built what would later become PayPal. When PayPal sold for $1.5 billion, Elon Musk walked away with around $180 million. At just 30 years old, and he had more money than most people could ever imagine. He could have stopped. He didn't. Instead of protecting his wealth, Elon risked almost all of it. He invested in 2 ideas that most people thought were insane: an electric car company in an industry dominated by giants, and a private rocket company in an industry controlled by governments. Experts dismissed him. Investors refused to follow, and the media painted him as reckless, and by 2008, both companies were collapsing. The global financial crisis made raising money nearly impossible. Elon Musk was personally funding payrolls, factories, and launches. Every month pushed him closer to zero. SpaceX launched its first rocket. It failed. The second launch failed. The third launch failed. Each failure drained money, morale, and belief. Elon had enough resources left for one final attempt, one launch, or payroll. If the 4th rocket failed, SpaceX would shut down, and Tesla would soon follow. Everything he had built rested on a single moment. The rocket launched. Seconds passed, then minutes, and for the first time, the rocket reached orbit. It worked. Shortly after, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Within weeks, Tesla secured last-minute funding. Against all odds, both companies survived. Today, Tesla reshaped the global auto industry. SpaceX redefined space exploration. And Elon Musk became one of the most influential entrepreneurs in history. Not because he avoided failure, but because he endured it.
Lessons.
Lesson 1. Comfort kills ambition. Lesson 2. Risk is unavoidable. Regret is permanent. Lesson 3. Most people quit right before everything changes. This was Founders Uncovered. If this story inspired you, subscribe. Because every empire has a beginning, and every founder faces a moment where quitting feels logical.